Welcome to Cisco ISE Posture Compliance video series. In this video, we're going to be deploying the temporal agent. Let's understand the temporal agent workflow. The temporal agent is supported on the Windows and Mac operating systems. And when they get authenticated to the wired wireless VPN or a 5G, ISE can evaluate the against identity stores and then provide the restricted access by enforcing a URL redirect. So when the user initiates a browser, the browser is going to be redirected to the client provisioning page through which the temporal agent can be downloaded, and it's an executable file so that it discovers the PSN that it got authenticated with, retrieves the posture policies, evaluates them, and sends back the posture report to ISE. And ISE, once it is compliant, the report says that it is compliant, it's going to raise the change of authorization to give the compliant access. Now, once after this run, the agent is going to be deleted from these endpoints. So this workflow might be applicable for a contractors or a guest or an employee use case where you don't want to deploy any agent or any agent service on the endpoints, but at the same time, you wanted to give the compliant access based on the posture of an endpoint. That's where the temporal agent is going to come in handy. So now that we have understood this temporal agent workflow, let's see how we could configure it to deploy this temporal agent. So let's head over to the Work Center, Posture Work Center, Client Provisioning Resources. First, you need to download the latest temporal agent. So I'm downloading the temporal agent for Windows and Mac operating system. And that's it. You don't require agent configuration, compliance module, anything. So these temporal agents are going to be an executable file when they get downloaded from the client provisioning policy. Just to differentiate the other client provisioning policies to deploy the temporal agent, I'm creating a policy for Windows. And because I'm going to go through the guest workflow, and the guest, as long as the guest username contains Pavagut, just for the demonstration purpose, you could make use of other dictionary conditions to differentiate the policies. I'm provisioning the temporal agent. So that's how I'm defining the client provisioning policies to deploy the temporal agent. And from the policies, radius authorization policies standpoint, because it is not a .Unix authentication, I'm going to be defining one more rule called map authentication over the map authentication. As long as it gets authenticated over wired or a wireless map, I'm redirecting them to the guest portal. And if it is becoming compliant, then I wanted to define it for the guest workflow. So as long as it is compliant, and if it is a guest workflow, or if it is belong to network identity group name guest endpoints, once after the guest workflow is completed, then I want to actually give the compliant access and employee SGT I wanted to enforce. So save the configuration. And because we were going through the guest workflow for the employee itself, let's enable the compliance for the guest portal. So I have enabled the guest device compliance that is required for the guest flow. So let's head over to the endpoint, log into it, enable the adapter. Adapter is not enabled with the .Unix authentication. It is pure map authentication alone. Once the map authentication is successful, it's going to be redirected to the PSN that it got authenticated with, and select the guest portal and provide an employee name and password. And then because we have enabled the compliance for the guest portal for these employee users, it's going to be downloading the temporal agent executable file. Let's download that. Run the temporal agent executable file. And it automatically discovers the PSN, connects to it, retrieves the posture policies, evaluates them, sends back the report to ISE. And ISE is going to raise a change of authorization to give him compliant access. Now that it was compliant, I'm able to access the resources. Let's head over to the live log to confirm this behavior. So as I said earlier, the endpoint got authenticated over MAP and it was redirected to the guest portal, and guest portal authentication is also successful. And once after posture compliance is changed, the COA is raised based on the compliance and guest workflow. This is how you're going to be deploying the temporal agent to the users where you don't want any agent to be installed or as a service. Thanks for watching.